Hello everyone, my name is Madeleine and I'm presenting on graphic organizers as a reading comprehension intervention for students with learning disabilities. Reading and comprehension is often difficult for students with learning disabilities. Making use of graphic organizers can enhance reading comprehension by the use of semantic maps, story maps, and concept maps. Students with learning disabilities have been found to have strong spatial visual abilities, and graphic organizers use visual displays to help with facts, terms, ideas, planning and relationships, and to improve organization and recall of verbal information within a learning task, which enhance reading comprehension. Story maps help students identify characters, plot, and setting in a text. Story and concept maps have been found to improve reading comprehension in students with learning disabilities. Here's an example of a story map that facilitates understanding of key terms, characters, concepts, settings, relationships within text, and the sequential unfolding of the text. Concept diagrams visually present relationships to link ideas that LD students have difficulty doing. Students can create their own concept maps to evaluate their understanding of information, identify the main idea of a text on the spine of the fish, and describe the results and associated details related with the main events on the bones to help them see cause and effect. Semantic maps focus on key vocabulary and concepts within a text and help students extract implicit and explicit meaning from ideas and identify related concepts. Students who do create their own semantic maps outperform those using conventional reading techniques on tests of comprehension. And here's an example of a semantic map where the text is about apples and the reader has to find related concepts to the apple within the text. Graphic organizers are useful for all academic subjects, such as, for example, math and science, and students from all grade levels can make use of them. However, studies with positive outcomes focus on upper elementary and secondary grade levels, so we don't really know how younger students would perform. Outcomes of graphic organizers have been found to be positive, regardless of who generates them, whether they are teachers or researchers. However, studies done with students-generated graphic organizers reported to have the largest effect. And now, how can one teach graphic organizers? Well, teachers can explain the use of them by how content is organized and how graphics work with the use of visual strategies. They can model how to use the method, and they can initiate guided practices in phases. For example, they can have the entire class participate in generating a graphic organizer, and then they can divide the class into small groups. Students can learn from each other or work on their own and get help when required. And finally, students are ready to practice by themselves. And here are some graphic organizer resources for different age groups that I have found to be helpful. But there's a great deal of information on graphic organizers available on the web that you can look up.